Hey guys, this is Jay at iFast University, and I want to retouch on a topic that we covered yesterday, which is how we teach our interns anatomy. So yesterday I was harping on the distinction between recognition and recall, and that if you recognize a muscle, that's not necessarily enough, and you have to be able to recall it and draw it without looking at a model or looking at the textbook or looking at a drawing. And that's the only way you're going to really test whether you know it cold. Well, we test our interns in a variety of ways to make sure that they really have a good mental model of these muscles and joints, and not just on paper, right? So one thing I'll have them do while I'm quizzing them as they're drawing these muscles, or as they, as they're drawing them, I'm quizzing them, and I'm asking them, like, how does this muscle work on the femur? So they have to be able to picture it in their minds, and they have to be able to tell me what the muscle does in a specific plane. So if I'm asking them about the psoas, they have to know that it produces hip flexion, and that if the hip or if the femur is encased in concrete, then it will cause anterior pelvic tilt as well. So they have to know how the muscle acts at both ends and not just know like where the attachment points are. Then I ask them to stand up or lie down and demonstrate what that movement looks like. And it's been a really good learning experience to find out that sometimes they know what the answer is on paper, but they can't actually picture how the movement looks in real life. So if I'm asking about the sartorius, I want them to show me that it looks like this, because it's going to produce hip flexion and external rotation. And that's a really good way to make sure that they know how the muscle works in real life, not just in theory, like they can answer hip flexion and external rotation, just to find out that they don't really know what external rotation looks like. Another thing that I'll do is I'll bring out the skeleton models that we have, and I'll ask them to show me where the attachment points are, and where the muscle goes from, and where the muscle goes to. And that's a good way to get them to visualize the muscles and the bones in 3D, because when you're copying from a 2D image on the computer screen or from a textbook, you don't necessarily know exactly what it looks like, and you might think you know where the attachment point is, but until you've gotten the femur out and you've touched where the greater trochanter is and the lesser trochanter is, you might not really know where the lesser trochanter is in relation to the axis of the femur. So those are probably 3 different ways that we quiz our interns, in addition to just the on-paper quiz or the in-person quiz. So try those out and let me know how it goes. Thanks a lot, guys.